So, last but not least, we have an amazing speaker, Wendy Darling, and I cannot say that without thinking about Peter Pan and his favorite Wendy Darling. Wendy Mora Angela Darling, I think her name was. Makes it easy. Great. So Wendy Darling is the founder of the Miraculous Living, Wendy, of course, would have Miraculous Living Institute. I love it. With over 30 years of experience as a relationship and transformational results expert, speaker, seminar facilitator, management and organizational development consultant, master healer and coach, Wendy has created a unique and innovative system, the Miraculous Living Method, that allows you to get the results you want with greater ease and speed. Wendy works with all facets of relationships, singles who want to finally attract love into their lives, attract love now, couples who want to replenish their relationship, miraculous loving, and the relationship with your body and health, loving yourself lean. Business owners and executives and their teams. She works with business executives and teams to strengthen the team for greater productivity and profits. Wendy also trains and certifies coaches and practitioners in her programs and methodology. Wendy formerly hosted 2 of her own radio shows and has been featured in Forbes magazine, as well as numerous other publications. She's a #1 Amazon international best-selling author of The Miracle That Is Your Life. Wendy's clients repeatedly refer to her as their personal fairy godmother for assisting them in turning their dreams into reality. Please welcome Wendy. Oops, you get this.
Hi. What a day we've had. You know, a part of me was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to speak. I've been enjoying so much of what everybody's been sharing and offering. And what I'd like to do for you in our time together is to really look at how you may position yourself so that you can leverage your success by the time you leave today. So if I might be able to show you 1 or 2 ways that you could do that, might that interest you? Because, you know, many of us go to different programs, seminars, workshops, events, and we're lifelong learners. And what I want to make sure, though, because I'm in the results business, I mean, the reality is all of us in this room are in the results business. And if we don't do things that are just maybe a little different, that allow you to shift your trajectory just a tiny bit more so that you hit that bullseye target, that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in helping you find ways to simplify your journey so that you can get your results so much easier. And and one of the many reasons why I do this is because earlier in my life and career, I have to be honest, everything came easy to me. If I wanted, well, maybe with the exception of boyfriends, but that's another talk. But everything came easy to me. If there was a job that I wanted, I got it. When I would interview, and I've helped people with interviewing at different times in my career, I interviewed them why they should convince me that I should work for them. And it just happened to me so easily. However, you know, in 1990, I don't know how many years ago that's been, a long time ago, I briefly mentioned, I think this morning, everything in my life changed. I was living in Texas at that time. I was married. My son was, I think, 4. And I was very sick, and I was a type A person. And I had a contract with a Fortune 100 company, so I was flying from Texas to LA, and I was a show must go on kind of girl. So I went outside the airport for a little bit to get fresh air. This was way before, obviously, what we have to go through now. And unfortunately, I passed out, and I fell over a ledge, and I fell over 25 feet. Thank you very much. And that was the beginning of everything in my life changing. I was taken to the hospital. I had multiple surgeries on my leg. I didn't know for almost 11 months if I would ever walk again. My back was broken. I was later diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury that has taken many years to recover from. And I still have certain challenges today. Julie's been giving me stuff to drink, so my brain is functioning to help you, because something happened last weekend that it's kind of a little wonky. But I think we're okay. And if not, you can let me know. Or you have to listen really well, because every now and then I just kind of go, oh, where am I? So then you have to tell me, huh? Pretty good, huh? I leveraged that one. So I had a brain injury. And while I was in the hospital the first round, and if any of you will read my book, you'll get the real dirty end of all of this. My former husband also decided to end our marriage and came to the hospital with suitcases packed. Now, I was not innocent in this scenario, so I don't want to paint, but the timing kind of was sucky, don't you think? And if that was not enough, he also happens to be an attorney. We went to court, and he was awarded full custody of our son. That I just mentioned was tremendously young. And if anybody knows me, the one thing I love more than anything is being my son's mom. Now, it's all turned out really well. And the gift of that time, though, was I had a lot of time out, and I had to really contemplate my navel and a few other places. But the first question that came to me when I was in those early days in the hospital, and even weeks, was what choices had I made that got me right here? Because I was already a person that was starting to wake up to a deeper part of who I was and questioning who I really was. And it was like, okay, what choices did I make to get here? And now what choices do I have to make different to dig myself out of this hole? And my prayer back then was to God, and I said, God, you help me dig out of this hole. I promise I will pay it forward. And oh, by the way, if you can make it just a little bit easier and faster, even better. And the really good news, hopefully for all of you, is my wish got granted. So while I was recovering, I started to receive my healing gifts and the processes that I use with my clients today. And it took me a while to get used to it, because I was not that kind of girl before my accident. So I see things, I'm able to move things. I have now developed a whole system where I can find immediately the core of anything that's interfering, causing misalignment, and we transpose that. And a portion of my process also helps to retrain the mind, so it's your best friend working in alignment with your deepest desires. So what I want to focus on with you, with our time together, is what might you need to do to position yourself a little differently? Because I've had the honor of working with thousands and thousands of people in my career. Last year, or maybe sometime this year, I'm completing my 35th year in my business. Wow. Which, thanks. So as I mentioned, I've worked with a lot of people. And one of the things that I found really fascinating, just not for me, but there truly is a difference between how men work and live and how we as women work and live. And many of us, probably in this room, we're trained and conditioned in a very masculine-oriented way. Because let's face it, a lot of our organizations are structured that way. A lot of our mentors were probably men. They certainly were for me. And I also believe that was part of my journey, because I, like possibly many of you, had way overcompensated in overdeveloping my masculine qualities, while inadvertently not embracing some of the very natural feminine qualities that we have. And I know some of us, Ruby was mentioning this earlier, so many of us now are wanting to help embrace the feminine and bringing that into the world. The Dalai Lama, sometime in the last few years, even proclaimed that it will be the women of the Western world that will help to heal and save the world. And the message that I received from God sometime in the last couple years was, I need all my soldiers up and running. No more time to contemplate navels. So one of the things I am encouraging you is, there's never been a better time to be a woman in business. And there's never been a more important time for you to step up and step out. And so what I'd like to do is to do a couple of things to help you position yourself. And it might be a little different than what you're used to. But where can you position yourself so that you're going to leverage yourself for greater success and results? Because I want you to have results, but I want you to have a rich, fulfilling life. So there are going to be two indicators that I want for you to identify for right now. And with your permission, what I'd like you to do, uncross your legs, if you would, put your hands over your heart, and if you would, just close your eyes for a minute. And you are going to receive a number. And I will tell you what that first number is about. It's how well are you positioning yourself to spring forward, to leverage your success, hitting your bullseye target. And you're going to receive a number from 1 to 10. You may hear it, you may see it, you may feel it, you'll just know it. And when you get that number, would you please open your eyes again? Nice. Okay, hold on to that number. Let's do one more. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes a second time. This time I'm not going to tell you what it's about. And you will receive a number that is in alignment with the intention that I have right now. And that you'll receive a second number from 0 to 10. And when you get that number, please open your eyes. Lovely. You guys are good. The second number has to do with how open you are to be loved, valued, and supported, and open to receive. Ruby mentioned earlier today how it's important, and so important for us as women. There is no doubt in my mind that you are all master givers. That's so natural for us. You know, if there is a friend that's in need, you're probably there saying, I will help you. Well, the good news about this is you do have the skills. Now you just need to be open and allow that for yourself. And besides, why would you want any of us to be deprived of supporting you? So one of the reasons I work with women with their relationships, whether it be couples, whether it be singles who are wanting love, is I am a very foundations person. I want to make sure foundationally you're positioned so you can have greater impact and results in your business and your life. And so too many people, I believe, are out there chasing dollars. And it's like, come on, no. Let's design your life. Let's see what kind of quality life you want to live. What matters to you most? Let's make sure you're loved, nurtured, and valued in a way that now go out and spread your magic and make your mark. So one of the ways that I have developed to help position you is what I call your entry point. And what I mean by that is if you start here, it's like this is your kingpin domino. All the other action steps are going to come to you easier in terms of awareness, and they're going to be so much easier to take in terms of getting your results. I don't remember any longer how I came up with this, but it's not linear. And you need to know I love it because it's not me telling you what I think you should do. So again, one more time, close your eyes, hands over your heart. You're going to get one more number from 1 to 10. And when you have that number, open your eyes. Lovely. And I'm going to just run through these. And I want you to know that this is your entry point. And I'm going to run through this and different things that we've talked about. All right, number 1 has to do, who got a number 1? Nobody? Oh, no, this last one. Nobody? That happens, the entry point there is health. Might be good news. Okay, anybody get number 2? Number 2 has to do with home. Either it's you need to clean it up, you might want to be moving out, finding a new place, I don't know, but your focus point has something to do with home. Number 3 for anybody? That has to do with your spirituality. So foundationally, that might mean that your morning practice or your spiritual practice is really key for you as an entry point to get your result. Number 4 has to do with your intimate relationship. It may be that you are wanting an intimate relationship, or if you're in a relationship, that there's a conversation that needs to take place, or you just need to find ways to have more connection. Number 5, nope, that happens to be family. Number 6, friends. Either it means you want to be missing some friends or making new friends. Number 7, wow, community. It may mean that you are to get involved more with community and find different ways to get integrated. I'm fairly new to Southern California, so that's something important to me personally. Okay, number 8, interesting. This is your career. So you're right where you need to be. It's not always a direct correlation. I've had people wanting to develop their career, needing to build their business, but we focus on their health or relationship. And I want you to know that that would not be what I would logically suggest. Okay, number 9, finances. So either there's something that you need to look at that you may need to shift a little bit, talk to one of our sponsors. You know what that may be. And anybody get number 10? Woohoo, that's fun. So you need to have a little more fun. It's rare, it's really rare that I have to tell somebody tone it down a little bit. Yeah, so if you're not sure what the fun is, ask some other people. So just in closing, I want to remind you some things you can do to really position yourself so that you're leveraging your success. Really look at your number 1 bullseye target. That's so important. Make sure that you focus on your entry point, because it's not that you just devote your time to that, but you want to do a little something to keep that going, because there's something about that that creates energy to help those other steps close the gap to get your results. And by the way, your entry point will change over time. All right, then 3. it's really important to look at, is something holding you back, creating interference? And that's part of what I do. I'm able to find anything, the deepest core of your core, because inadvertently we all do wonderful things to possibly minimize or hold us back. So no more of that. And then I'm a big proponent that you have to get quiet. It's really important that you find ways to really tune into that inner guidance system that's available to all of us, and to really follow it. Not to create a massive blueprint, although you want to have a blueprint from where you're going to where you need to be, but you want to make sure that you prioritize in a way. And when you follow divine inspiration, you don't have to know, nor will you ever be given, the whole 9 yards. But to be willing to take that step, and then the next step will be revealed. And most importantly, celebrate those steps. Celebrate your success, no matter how big, no matter how small. And know, it was a message earlier today that we got, know that you are being supported in so many ways to fulfill not those deepest desires of your heart. Don't wait another moment. The time really is now. Thank you so much.
One more big round of applause.
Thank you.
Are you a speaker looking to reach more people with your message? You have a global vision that you want to touch the world and make a global difference. If so, I have an amazing opportunity for you. It's called the Speaker Talent Search. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. You'll find all the details, but here are the highlights. With one application process, you get clarity on your message. You get to fine-tune how you want to reach the world. Then you'll have everything ready in one place for the opportunities when they come. Second, we select you as a finalist. You get to come in and audition with a 7-minute audition, open up the door to hundreds of speaking opportunities. I hope you lean in. I hope you say yes. We would love to hear your message, help you touch the world powerfully. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your powerful message.